Hi everyone, my name is Evan. I'm the team lead for topic 7. Can all my other team members present themselves too?
I'm Saranya.
I'm Lindsay.
I'm Violet.
All right, awesome. So our topic is school safe needles initiatives, and our goal is to find ways to reduce sharp risks in K-12 schools for technology and policy. Violet, I think this is your section. Hello.
Probably she didn't hear Violet, and even
Uh,
said it's your section or somebody else covered.
okay. Violet, are you able to present?
It's okay, I can do it.
Okay, it's fine. Yeah.
So, the purpose of this report is basically to examine the current state of needle safety in kindergarten to 12th grade school environments and also recommend policy measures to reduce injuries and protect student staff and also custodial workers through the adoption of safer needle technologies and updated procedures.
Some background information. So, a Sharps injury is a penetrating stab wound from a needle that can expose an individual to blood or bodily fluids, including blood-borne pathogens such as hepatitis B and HIV. As more students require daily injections for conditions like diabetes and severe allergies, this risk has become increasingly relevant in school settings. Staffing presents an additional concern since Maryland schools average only 0.74 nurses per school, um, leaving many nurses responsible for multiple buildings. Nationally, OSHA estimates approximately 590,000 needle stick injuries that occur every year.
So this chart shows that when needle stick injuries actually happen, over half, which is 51.8%, occur during use, meaning that the biggest risk comes at the point of care.
All right. So the current legislation regarding needle stick technology is on a national level. We have the Needle Sticks Safety and Prevention Act, and in summary, it basically advocated for safer standards across workplace settings as well as in hospitals, and advocated for new needle stick technologies that promoted safer needle tech. Similar to the topic we're doing, but however, this was in 2000, and as you can see from the previous statistic. Right, there's still 590,000 needle stick injuries happening nationwide, meaning it's still a prevalent issue and that needs to be resolved. The Montgomery County Department of Health outlined procedures on how to handle needle stick needles, such as disposing them in a puncture-proof container and complying with OSHA regulations. And and right now we believe that like if we implement more safer needle technologies that uh comply with current technologies, 62 to 88% of sharp injuries can potentially be prevented through the use of safer medical devices.
Next, we have barriers and limitations for this. So, number one is limited data access. So, Maryland schools don't have centralized records on needle-related incidents, which makes it really difficult to assess the scope of the problem. And there's a lot of inconsistency across policies. So, school districts across Maryland counties have varying policies on needles procedures and also sharp disposal, which really complicates standardized research. There's a lot of privacy laws, including FERPA and HIPAA, which are student health privacy protections, and they restrict access to information about students who may use needles on campus. And lastly, we have funding constraints. So, the limitation of state and local budgets really slows down the ability to evaluate and implement safe needle solutions in schools.
All right, so for our policy recommendations, firstly, we advocate for a new adoption of new, safer needle technologies. For example, the adoption of sliding sheaths slash shiding needles, which has protective sheath or shield that slides forward to cover the needle immediately after injection and prevents accidental sticks during disposal, right? This could potentially drastically decrease the number of needle stick injuries happening in school settings. Secondly, because there's a nursing shortage in many Maryland schools, we advise to increase incentives for hiring, such as increasing salary bonuses, reducing, increasing, such as increasing salary bonuses. And finally, um, we advocate for increased training to handling sharps and a centralized database of sharp injuries.
Thank you, team. I really appreciate this research. I find your template looks like great for this topic as well. So, and really appreciate your creativity here. And so for the background, right, this one comes from a group of nurses who actually got hurt by needles in school. So she had been really, and she kind of really in high stress mode because of needle injury. And then she had been really advocating on this issue to come to our office. I feel this strongly about this. We want to make sure our nurses work in a safe environment, right? So I think many of your recommendations are great, and some may be very challenging to address because of budget constraint. But in terms of create a more standardized needle handling, or maybe a little funding to support safe needle purchase, that will be something we want to do. And we want to provide that safe environment, work environment for our nurses. And any questions from other team members? Okay, thank you for the presentation.